new here, welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, hey, what's up? Thanks for checking me out. So today, before I begin, I'm sorry. Please like this video. I have to beg and plead. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't. A lot of people watch my channel and they are not subscribers. Why? Help my ministry, guys. I'm trying to grow on YouTube, 200 subscribers, and we're growing. So please like, share, and subscribe. You can also turn up the notification bell so that whenever I post, you can be notified that, oh, Stealth has made a video. Today is a story time. Like, we're going to gist. It's not every time we're serious, you know. This country is hard enough as it is, you know. I'm so angry that I bought dollar at 7.10 and currently it's 6.40. Like, who does that? What country does that? Like, this country is just peace, calm down. I need to calm down. If not, I will just bust. So actually, today is a story time and it's a juicy gist. Like, how I got into an entanglement with a married man and his wife threatened me. Because we have mutual friends, I'm not going to mention where I met this person or when I met this person, but I would give you guys the gist, the tea, everything. So I met this guy and instantly we clicked. Like, we spoke about so many things. I'm the kind of person that if you meet, I like to talk. So if you bring discussions, I would definitely follow up back to back with discussions with you. So we talked about politics, talked about sports, talked about games, talked about so many things, you know, academic subjects, and we're at a place where we needed to see constantly. I would not mention where, you know, because we need to see constantly, sometimes twice a week, sometimes 3 times a week. So we're at a place that we need to see constantly, and we're in different states. So whenever we see, we hang out, we talk, we hang out in the public. I haven't been to this person's house before. This person has never been to my house before. So let me call him Mr. X, okay? So, because he's not my mate. I doubt if he's in his 40s as well. So, no, I doubt if he's in his 30s. I was in my 20s then. So, obviously, he might be in his 40s, I think. So, let's just call him Mr. X because he's not my mate. I address him with that, you know, regard. I give him that regard. So, whenever he's in my area, we hang out. As in my area, we hang out, we go out, we have lunch. Obviously, he has fleet of businesses that he's running, so it's not me that we pay for his his lunch or his breakfast, whatever we're having. So, and at some time as well, it's not just me, you know. Our regular meetouts where we usually meet to discuss, we had mutual friends, like I said, so we also hang out, but most times it's usually I and him, you know. So we also chat. And he has never for once mentioned anything romantic, anything sexual, anything relationship regarded. It's all about trending issues, you know, educational issues. We just flow, like, you know, challenges he's facing at work, challenges I'm also facing at work, because this is someone that he's vast, you know. He has been in certain fields for a long time, so he has a very, 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 very high acumen when it comes to work, you know. So I usually seek for advice from him. Then I was in a relationship, and my husband, my boyfriend then, knew who Mr. X was. So it's not as if I was doing something behind my boyfriend's back. So whenever I was in his area, I was in his state, we would hang out, you know, hang out in a public place, you know. We've never met in a hotel before. The only time we met in a hotel was when there was a conference he invited me for. You know, he invited me for a conference and I went for that conference, and that conference was in the hall. You know, they had different delegates from China, delegates from India, different delegates, and I felt so honored that he remembered me, you know, and invited me. And I was a marketer then, so it was a good selling point for me. I had to introduce myself to people. I shared my cards, you know, the complimentary cards. I think I opened one account from that conference. I think so, yes, I did. So it was a good selling point for me because he had friends, he knows friends, he had friends, and he was a very high net worth individual. So as a marketer, those are the kind of people you want to have in your corner, you know. They will give you referrals and all. So I wasn't using him, and that was one of the things that he was proud about, because I never pressured him into opening an account with me. I just used to chip it in little by little, like, my God, try and open an account with me, and all that. So I just used to chip it in our conversation, but I never for once pressured him, because I knew the kind of value our friendship had, and I knew the kind of value that would I would have in my work, he will have as a customer in my balance sheet as a marketer. But because we were friends and I didn't want to write off that friendship, I just chip it to him that anytime you want to help your girl, remember I'm here. Or anytime you feel in need, because one of the best things about where I work is we have a very, very, very stable MasterCard, which you can use outside the country thereabout. And he travels a lot. So I tried to use that as a selling point. Eventually, later on, he decided to bank with us. But at the beginning, that was not his goal. His goal was just to be a friend to me, and we were friends. So like I said, that was the only time I met him in a hotel, because when this issue came up, I was trying to look for who I have met in a secluded place. Anyway, let me go back to the gist. So we met at the hotel hall, not even a room, in the hotel hall where there were various people there. And after the whole conference, we went to the eating area of the hotel. Everybody that was in the conference was directed to the eating area of the hotel, and we all ate and we all went different. I booked the Uber and I left. So this lasted for like a while. I think close to 2 years. Was it? No, not less than 2 years. Let's say a year. Then I got this very disturbing phone call one morning. A woman called me and said, "Is this Stella?" I said, "Yes." She now said, "Husband snatcher, you're snatching my husband. You think you can snatch my husband? I will get you. Same way I got your number, I will get your address." I said, "Sorry, who is this? Can you call my full name? Because maybe it's the wrong number." She said, "Called my full name. Stella Oluchi Mogu called my surname." I said, "Madam, please calm down. I'm in a very, very serious relationship," because I'm my boyfriend as a husband now. We're almost, getting married. I said, "I'm in a very serious relationship and I am a Christian. So I am not chasing anybody's husband. I don't know if your husband is chasing me. I don't know what you've seen." Because as a marketer, when I go out for marketing, obviously I have advances from customers, typical. So, and I get some messages, from customers. Can you come to my house? Can you meet me after 6? Those kind of messages. So I said, "I don't know if your husband is having any advances towards me, but I am sure that I did not respond to any of those advances." She said, "No, I know you very well. I've heard about you. You're the one my husband is going to meet in hotel. You're the one my husband is always going to see in your state." I said, so this one an interstate relationship. I don't enter, I'm on my own, done. So it still did not even occur to me that it was that my friend, because I felt it was a customer. As a marketer, when you're close to the end of the year, we do something we call MPR. That's our monthly performance report, and we give analysis of the deposits that have come in for the month. So when it gets to that period, we're always pressured. So what I usually do is I have some high-end customers that give me deposits. So what I usually do is I send messages to them. It depends on the caliber of person. If it's someone that I have a very good relationship with, like a good rapport with, I will send you a message. Bros, how far now? The money where you promised me, I never see them. Even in pidgin, I have some customers like that. Then if it's the very high customers that I don't really have that kind of rapport, I will say, "Good day, sir. Please, we're still expecting the deposits." So I thought maybe those are the kind of messages. Definitely side chick now would always ask money from the the man she's trying to snatch. So I was thinking, okay, maybe she has seen such a message and felt that for this person to be asking my husband for money, they have something. And I explained to her, this was a very lengthy conversation. I said, "I am a marketer. That if you see me asking your husband for money, it's not personal money. It's money for your husband to put in his account, which in turn reflects in my balance sheet." And she said, "What am I saying? What nonsense am I saying? That that I don't." She doesn't think I'm a banker. That even if I'm a banker, so that's why I go around chasing people's husband. I said, "Madam, please, where are you calling from?" She refused to tell me. I said, "Okay, please, what's your husband's name?" She refused to tell me. I said, "Madam, please, I'm sorry, I am not chasing your husband." She was shouting, "Husband snatcher, if I catch you, I will deal with you. I've gotten your email address." I said, "Now, is that serious?" So I've gotten your email address. I will deal with you. I will trace where you live. My husband will be sending you money. My husband will be... I was like, sending me money or zokwa. So she now called the call. I was now thinking. It did not still click. Click that, is this my friend? So I now started calling her back. She didn't pick up because I needed to be clear. Like, not when I step out of my house, somebody will pour me acid or pour me hot water that I'm snatching her husband. She didn't say anything. She didn't pick, sorry. So I decided to download Truecaller because of this woman. I downloaded Truecaller and I called this woman. Nothing appeared. I was like, this man go and buy fresh lime because of me. Since you allow, nothing appeared. So I became nervous, and I called my boyfriend at the time. I said, see what happened though. You know, I told him the customers that I've met recently, told him the ones I have good rapport with. Because sometimes even we go out of this. I was working in the East, Umuahia at that time. So sometimes my my relationship manager, and I go out of the states to open some accounts. We've gone to Uyo, we've gone to Rivers, Port Harcourt, we've opened schools accounts, we've opened church accounts in various states, you know. I was dumbfounded, to be honest. I did not know what to do. So I spoke to my boyfriend about it. I said, I don't know if it's one of those accounts that we used to go and open outside of Abia State, because I've opened a couple of accounts like that. Sometimes some people who are residents in Abia State have actually left the state. Maybe they just came to do one or two, they open accounts with us and they left. So just trying to maintain that cordial relationship. If they're in neighboring states, we'll go and if they, especially if they are high net worth individuals, we'll go and pay them a visit and talk about how to expand the relationship we have. That's the banking relationship, what I mean. So I don't know. My boyfriend just said, what of that your friend? Like, he just said it like, what of that your friend that I usually hang out with? Mr. X. I was like, no, it can't be Mr. X. That he has never told me anything romantic before, and I have never. I was like, are you sure? I said, of course, yes. If you had told me something like that, I would have told you, and I would have, you know, slacked from that friendship. That he hasn't. He's a respectable man, and I respect him a lot. He hasn't even opened an account with me at this time, you know. So why would I be asking him for money? So, you know, I said that there's no other person he can think of. That's the only person he can think of. He was the one that said this. So I was like, okay, is this possible? And I started thinking about it back. And I remember he has sent me money before. He sent me money like, was it 2 times? There was a time I wanted to travel to Lagos. He booked my flights. There was a time I was celebrating my birthday. He sent me money, you know. I was like, and I've never asked him for money. I've never opened my mouth to ask him for money. That during my birthday, he said, okay, send me your account number. Let me credit you so that you can buy drinks. Because I was like, I'm not doing anything for my birthday. He was like, are you not going to show love to your colleagues? I'm like, I beg, may they go rest. Sakpa is everywhere, all those kind of gist. So he was like, okay, no, send me your account number. Let me credit you so that you can buy drinks and at least food for your colleagues. So I sent my account number and he sent it. It's not as if I was broke. And he sent it. And, you know, I thanked him. Thank you so much. I received it. I didn't know you were going to actually send it to. But anyways, I so appreciate it. And I actually used the money to buy. I snapped it and I sent him. See, I bought food for my colleagues and drinks. So I said, wait. And I started thinking about all what the woman was saying back to back, that I'm having intimate conversations with her husband. And I said, okay, but this person, I'm not having intimate conversations with you, but we talk about his challenges at work. We never talked about his home. Never. I only know he has kids. I won't mention the number of kids so that I only know he has kids. We never talked about his challenges, whether with his marriage. We never mentioned his marriage at all. We never ever. In fact, it was only on his DP. His wife is always on his DP. He's only on his DP. I've seen the wife's picture, you know. We talk about most times about his work, about my work, and about Nigeria economy. How we always complaining about Nigerian economy, you know, and politics and all whatnot. So I was like, hey, Jesus, for real? You know, it started dawning on me, and he was the one I was always meeting back to back. Whenever he's in my place, in my city, we'll hang out, we'll gist. And sometimes not just me and some other people. Majority of the time he comes to my states, he doesn't see our other friends. He sees me, you know. And majority of the times when I'm in his state, because I go to his state a lot, when I'm in his state, I see him a lot too. I have never been to his working place. I don't know where his office is, but he has been to my office. I've never been to his office before. I've never been to any of his offices because he has a lot of offices. So I became worried. I was like, this is somebody that I will eventually still meet, you know, because of what we had going on. I don't want to really go into it. The projects we are working on. So we will definitely still see again, you know. So I said, so what am I going to do? I kept on avoiding him. Like, if he calls me, I wouldn't pick. If he messages me, I'll just leave him one liner. Omo, I was freaked out. Like, I was so freaked out. I was like, if it's this man's wife, I'm in trouble. because this man is a high net worth man. And after that day, I called that number again. That number was switched off for like 2 weeks. I kept on trying the number. I said, no, I need to explain to this woman. I even sent a message to her that, ma, my name is this. You can Google me. You can Google me and all that. Or you can ask my colleagues. You know, my bank has branches in you can go there and ask of me. I'm a highly respectable person. I don't get involved in things like this. The message did not deliver. Call did not go. I said, hey, Abalam voicemail. That means I've entered voicemail. But anyways, that's my story. So till now, I never cleared it with my friend, Mr. X. I never told him because I did not want to scatter his marriage. I don't want him to start asking his wife, why did you have to call? It's not me that will do that. Because I don't have anything with him. So why do I want to go and spoil something beautiful that he has? So I never for once told him that. If you watch this video, he might have a clue. But I never for once told him that, see, your wife called me or something. I did not do that. And I stopped seeing him. The only time I saw him was when it was absolutely necessary, when we were working on the projects we were working on. That was the only time I saw him. But the one that, I'm your CTO, I would give excuses, numerous excuses. And I think he began to notice at the time because he was like, I'm avoiding him, Abby. I'm like, no, I'm not avoiding you. You know, I'll be in his city. I wouldn't call him. He would just hear from maybe one of our friends that I was around, you know. So that was how that beautiful relationship, beautiful friendship just simmered down. Now we are just hello, hi friends. We just once in a while he checks up on me. Once in a while I check up on him, but I don't check up on him a lot because I see his updates, so I know he's doing fine. I like my life, to be honest. I see his updates, I know he's doing fine, so I don't even go check up on him. So he's even the one that does the checking up on me. You know, sometimes, not every time, because when you're giving effort and the person is not responding, you kind of relax. So when he was giving effort to try to talk to me and I wasn't responding, he just relaxed and I understood. And I respect him for that. So my advice to single ladies that are hanging out with married men, I think that guy is your friend. You have to be careful. Because now that I'm married, I will not sit down in the house and a lady is constantly hanging out with my husband. He's traveling to her states. Two of them are eating out. She comes to my state and she doesn't know me. We are not friends. I'll ask my husband, men don't finish. Like, can't you have another male friend? I'm not the jealous type. Okay, let me retract that word. I'm actually the jealous type. But my husband has female friends. To be honest, he has some friends that from school and all that they still hang out. They still talk. Okay, not hang out. My husband is not really hang out type. They still talk, but I will not sit back and watch. Because me, I might feel disrespected, especially in my city, in my state, when other people are seeing you hanging out with this person, you know, constantly. You're kind of raising people's suspicion. You know, so, it's funny enough, I think somebody might have seen us and gone to tell the woman. Because most times we usually eat at a particular place in that state. So it's possible, maybe he also eats there with his family or the wife goes there. I don't even know how she got involved in all of this. But I just want to tell single girls, please be careful. Especially be careful with men that were your friends before they got married. You know, it's easy to continue a kind of friendship. This is my guy now. Lekon, you're my guy now. Lekon gets married and you continue hanging out with Lekon, hanging out. Please give married people their space. I didn't understand till now that I'm married. You know, then I just felt like, but he's my friend now. How do I explain it to people watching? How do I explain it to the wife? If the wife was my friend and maybe when I want to hang out with the husband, I like, me and Mr. X deal, or it's even awkward somehow if it's constant. So now I even understand how non-positive that hangout was, you know, because it could have been avoidable, to be honest. You know, once in a while is okay, but constantly, no, could have totally been avoidable. So thank you for tuning in again.